Hi, I'm Glenbardican here, and I'm interviewing.
With Jaquelin Gaytan, and I'm running for mayor for the Glenbardican's party.
So today will be coming 5 quick topics, and I hope we can just get a nice, good feel for where this is going. So to start, in our survey, many students have reported that they believe the biggest issue with the police is that they have a negative stigmatization, and propose that they spend more time as officers engaging with the community. Is this something worth spending police time and effort on?
I definitely think that
There you go.
I think that definitely in our school, I mean we do have a lot of police in our building, and I think it is, I mean, a good thing to have students and have younger generations more open to that, and more have them known that they're around them, more exposed to that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And I think it's better because it's just that it just keeps our community more safe. And I think definitely speaking on my sheriff for the Glenbardican's party, we do want to keep our schools safe, especially me as mayor. I want to keep our community safe, and especially with how Isaiah was talking about our president. He was talking about how we're gonna do gun checks on whoever wants to obviously own a gun and have a gun, and we'll do that every single 2 years, or repeat, not just once and then you have the gun forever, because we want to keep our community safe, and we want to keep our students safe in the school level, and we just want to keep our community safe because I mean, especially right now with what's going on in a bunch of schools, I think it was FSUC, something like that. That whole shooting, and how people got injured, and I think that's a big thing for us. And as me as a mayor, well, maybe hopefully mayor, I hope to keep our community safe.
All right.
Yeah.
A follow-up on that, another proposed idea is that the police were to increase their sort of productivity, their preventative action against crimes, instead of focusing on community action, instead of focusing on combating crime itself. Is this a more productive use, or is it more important that they be within the community?
I think it's important for them to, combat. Yeah, our community does come first, but at the same time, them training and them doing whatever they need to do comes kind of first, to keep our community safe. You know what I mean? It's they need to train, they need to do whatever they need to do before they can keep our community safe. Because I mean, if you just give whoever a gun, it's not that safe. And yeah, I think it's just yeah.
Of course. No, it's lovely. Thank you so much. Moving on to another topic. So Lombard is surrounded by towns like Glen Ellen and Elmhurst that are notorious for their really cutesy little shop towns with big commercial centers. And Lombard has, as of now, spaces like Yorktown Mall and some open spaces around downtown Lombard, like that old bank. Do you think Lombard should focus on catching up in a commercial space with little shops and restaurants, or move towards something maybe more industrial, or keep expanding on the residential, like with houses?
I mean, I think especially with Yorktown right now, that's not very visited often. It could use a lot of its space. Well, I know that the last time that I was at Yorktown, it actually has a lounging area where people can study, and I feel like that a lot of places that are not being used that much, going back into the question of students here in the school not having space to study, or even students with low income, people of lower income, where they need somewhere to print papers, they need somewhere to study, college students, even for kids, having you know what I mean, for little kids too, having a space where they could also just a library, where they have games, where they have books, where they can learn. And I think that definitely your town has a lot of space for sure.
Would you feel like putting something in a YMCA would be a useful use of that space?
I think so. I think in our community, it's just all about arranging it. It's not that we need more space, it's just the way we need to set it up. I feel like. And especially then how like we're going into like the housing and how there's bigger houses and people have smaller houses. I feel like in a way everybody should kind of be equal and should have their space to grow. Um,
Okay.
I mean, I come from like not like a place where it's not a lot of space for everybody. It's like houses and then it's like apartments and then it's just like kind of all bundled together. And I think that we definitely need like a better layout, if that makes sense, you know, of
Yes.
like where to position everything.
Wonderful. To stay on the topic of how to use spaces, you mentioned you brought up housing, and so housing isn't an issue, and like you said, there's just not enough space for some people, and sometimes there's houses that are too big and so they're too expensive, or they're too small and can't fit the people.
Mm-hmm.
How would you want to approach solving this sort of utilization of housing space?
I mean, I think first of all, I mean, how they were, like Isaiah, our president, was like talking about how they want to kind of equal it so that everybody like do taxes on, obviously richer people who have billions of dollars, but if like they lose money, they don't really lose like all of their fortune. And I think that we could use that money for good. I mean, there's people that come from lower incomes, and I mean, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. They're just like, you know, and I think that we could use that money to have a space for everyone where they could all fit equally. And I mean, I guess that might be controversial for the like people that are richer, but I mean, I think it's just people need to have heart for others that aren't as fortunate. And I feel like, I mean, I've known people from all around, you know, like that have big houses, that have small houses, and I mean, it's a struggle, like both ways, but still, like I think we should help each other as a community, and as yeah, as a community of Lombard, we should all help each other in that space.
Wonderful. And speaking on community, my final question I have for you stems from our sort of cultural identity as Lombard. So Lombard has this strong cultural history. We celebrate Lilac Time. We have a
Mhm.
historical center. We're really in touch with our historical roots.
Mm-hmm.
But in recent times, we've seen businesses like Muslims of the World Coffee and other sort of like cultural cafes spring up in Lombard. And it kind of proves that there's a bigger, more diverse culture within
Mm-hmm.
Lombard that's maybe not being represented within our like sort of cultural centers. How would your how would you want to integrate these other cultures within our own celebrations and events that sort of celebrate Lombard?
Um, I'm not really from Lombard, but from where I'm from, we're a really tight knit community. I mean, I've like we do like our like Halloween's, like they give out candies, they do like a whole thing. But as somebody that has been to Lombard and like lives around it, and like I mean, my school is here. I definitely think that like we could use this space like the libraries, like do like library like sorry
No.
I feel like yeah, like we could do like I don't know, like just have like maybe the art like archives of like, you know, like past things, and maybe teach our children like about Lombard, if that makes sense. And like also like in my town they do parades, so I feel like a parade would be really good to
Cultural
express yeah, to express the cultures in Lombard, to express even the school can like tie into that, I feel like. And we could do something like with the school and the city, you know, like the town. I feel like it could come together in a way, and for sure like express the cultures within the town. And yeah, I think they could come in together and definitely like help show others.
Wonderful, that's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope everyone who sees any of this gets a better feel and makes up their minds
Yeah.
with all the information.